What's up, guys? Ritzy here, bringing you a bit of a spicy one today with Mew, Haunter, and Primeape. The mix of these three is a bit of a wild one. You don't have anything to fall back on. In a meta with Pidgeot and Hypno, and also a little bit of Mew. Obviously, though, that makes it a little more complicated because both Haunter and Primeape lose to Pidgeot and Hypno. But lead Mew is really nice because most people lead with their Hypnos, or at least they lead with Pidgeot. So if they lead with Pidgeot, I know they probably have a Hypno in the back. So I need to conserve the Mew the best I can, or at least keep my Haunter really healthy. So often I bring in Primeape on the Pidgeot after I hit it with a Surf, or I try to take a Shield. And Cross Chop made a lot of play in this set here, in these sets. I was using close combat for a while, but it just ended up being that I couldn't use close combat because it would lower my defense, and if it lowered my defense, whatever came in farmed me down for free and just won. So I ended up using an Elite Charge TM, switching over to Cross Chop, and Cross Chop had a lot of play. It did very, very well. It also made people think that I was using Night Slash, so they wouldn't shield, and then I ended up using Cross Chop, and it just wins. It works a lot better. I recommend it quite a lot if you have an extra Elite Charge TM laying around. I know that not a lot of people do, which is fine. I don't believe Primeape will ever really get a community day or a day that he can learn Cross Chop again, which is fine. There's lots of Pokemon with legacy moves, so obviously they can't do a day for all of them, but highly recommended. Very good move. Anyways, moving into these sets. First up, we have Magneton lead. This was interesting. I've been seeing a little bit of Magneton lately after some of the other Pokemon Go YouTubers made some videos on it. I saw there was a Shadow Magneton video. This thing with Magna Bomb absolutely destroys anything coming to it, and it does. It really does, as we'll see right here. Magna Bomb, boom. It doesn't KO. It wasn't Shadow though. If it was Shadow, Mew would have gone down there. So he brings in the Alolan Muck. He hits with the Acid Spray. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I wasn't too worried. I'm minus defense here, and he brings in Pidgeot, but I have no other answer with Pidgeot, and I have energy. So I expend all my energy on the Cross Chops. I bring the Pidgeot down really, really low. Normally you wouldn't want to bring in a full HP Pokemon like Haunter in on the Pidgeot that just farms your entire Primeape down, but I do that and it ended up working out. He switches, he doesn't go for any move, I guess he didn't have one, and then he switches out, allows the Haunter to farm up to Shadow Punch, and that was that. Alolan Sandslash lead, very strong, and then he hops to switch into Lickitung into my Primeape. Probably not the best play in the world. However, I guess that means he's weak in the back. But now he brings in his Shadow Machamp into a fully loaded Primeape, and this was really questionable. I was really curious why he did this. So I bring in Haunter. Haunter doesn't care about anything this thing does, because most people don't run Payback. And then he hits me with a Rock Slide. I guess I didn't think he would bait, and he didn't. And, or I thought he would bait, and he didn't, and I got smacked. So that's fine, it happened. Mew cleans up. And we have Mew v Mew here. Just a couple pink boys slashing away. I threw the Wild Charge early. I kind of thought he wouldn't expect Wild Charge if I threw it before I had to, but he shields anyway to be safe, and it ends up working out for him. I bring in my Haunter, I get hit with a Surf, and here's an Alolan Muck. Sludge Bomb hits Alolan Muck a lot harder than I thought it was. It did about 45 to 50%, and then I can build up to a Shadow Ball again right before we go down. Bring in the Primeape. Just kidding, bring in the Mew. Bring in the Mew, get hit with the Dark Pulse, and then we have one shield for Primeape. We can farm it down. And in comes Alolan Graveler, and he doesn't shield because he thinks I'm going for Night Slash. I didn't go for Night Slash, I went for Cross Chop. I smacked the Graveler, smacked the Mew, smacked the Graveler some more, and I still have a ton of energy left. Charizard lead. This game was really interesting. I definitely didn't expect Charizard lead, at least. I mean, we'll see why in a minute, but I get hit with a Blast Burn. That hits hard, but I wanted to conserve the 2 shields for my Haunter. Anyway, Haunter would be carrying me through this. So I shield the Dragon Claw, and then I throw a Shadow Punch right before he gets another one. Smack it, and as soon as Blastoise comes in, I know, okay, this is triple starter team. Primeape doesn't really do anything against Venusaur, which is pretty unlucky, but also fine because I can save my last shield for Haunter and not worry too much about it. So I go for the Shadow Claw down. I'll use my last shield, block the Frenzy Plant, loaded energy, go for the bait. He doesn't take the bait, so we lose. That's fine. And then it's snowing. These were all done within minutes of each other, so the weather just kind of changed. Welcome to Canada. Anyways, Alolan Raichu lead here. We're both kind of doing the same thing, trying to hit each other with big moves, shielding it, blah blah blah. In comes Alolan Muck again. Very strong in this meta. I quite like using it personally. Hit it with a Cross Chop. He thought he was going for Night Slash. He hits me with Acid Spray. I knew he would do that. What I didn't know is that he would take me out there. I should have thrown a Night Slash before I went down just to conserve and take Switch. But it's fine because we get Mew into Alolan Raichu again, which is exactly what we want. I thought he'd Wild Charge here. I didn't think he would have Thunder Punch, but he does. He brings in Blastoise, doesn't shield because he doesn't have one, and then he gets farmed down by Haunter, and obviously Haunter's going to destroy that Alolan Raichu. Pidgeot lead, very strong against this team. This was the biggest thing for me. I pretty often went for baits against it, or sorry, didn't go for baits against it, and it always got shielded. I didn't think people would expect Mew to build up one Wild Charge and use Wild Charge. I really thought they would expect a bait, especially at the 2600 elo range I think these were taken at, so it doesn't work out that way though. And then he brings in Muck, and I've got Haunter, so I know this is gonna hurt. Sludge Bomb hurts him 50%, 45%, something like that. I have a shield. I thought he'd go for Acid Spray. He did not, so I got bopped. Shadow Hypno, this is the best lead we can have with this team, absolutely. And then he brings in a Chansey. Chansey should absolutely be banned. This Pokemon is very lame. But we're just going to cross-chop it down. We don't really care. I go for the Night Slash just to see if I can get a boost, and I do. And then we block the Psychic, or Hyper Beam, whatever crazy move he wants to go for. And then we farm it almost all the way down. I probably could have farmed all the way down just because it's a Chansey, but anyways, live and learn. Night Slash the Shadow Hypno, get another boost. That didn't end up mattering. And then he's got Lickitung. I think I've seen this team in somebody's video somewhere at some point too. He uses last shield on Lickitung so we can farm my poor Haunter all the way down. I have a fully loaded Mew. So, let's see. He goes for the Body Slam. I went for the Surf. He ate the Surf. I shield the second Body Slam, and he has the third Body Slam. I honestly thought I could have built up to 2 Wild Charges and won the game there, but didn't happen so much. Anyways, that is all the sets I have for you today, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you all next time.